Well, let's start with the big story of the day. The confusion clouds crucial diplomacy between US and Iran. White House has announced that their delegation will be traveling to Islamabad for talks with Iran and will arrive today evening in Pakistan. However, on the other side, Iran has flatly denied any direct meeting with the United States. Iran maintains that no talks are planned and said that the message will be conveyed through Pakistan only. Now, this raises serious question over what really is happening behind the scenes. Iranians have made it quite clear that there is no planned meeting with the United States official and the delegation there in Islamabad, at least for this moment. And they've ruled out any expectation of the direct talks with the US representatives as well in Pakistan, is what we are learning so far. And there is a deepening uncertainty around the next diplomatic move as well. While Iran has clearly ruled out any direct engagement, the White House has insisted that talks are still on. They are on track in Islamabad. US President Donald Trump has, in fact, dispatched delegation comprising Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner to Pakistan, claiming that they could meet Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. However, Iran, as we told you, has flatly rejected this narrative. Pakistan and indirectly with US through Pakistan is what the Iranian side has said. Listen in.
The president has decided to dispatch Special Envoy Witkoff and Jared Kushner back to Islamabad. The Iranians want to talk. They want to talk in person, and so the president is, as I've said many times to all of you, always willing to give diplomacy a chance. So Steve and Jared will be heading to Pakistan tomorrow to hear the Iranians out. We hope progress will be made, and we hope that positive developments will come from this meeting, and we will see. And the president, the vice president, the secretary of state will be waiting here in the United States for updates, and the vice president, I understand, is on standby and will be willing to dispatch to Pakistan if we feel it's a necessary use of his time.
Well, now the bigger question is, will talks collapse in Pakistan once again? And diplomacy, has it hit the dead end, is a bigger question now. Let me take you through what both the sides have posted so far. As far as Iran is concerned, they have totally ruled out any possibility of any negotiation with US in Islamabad. On the other hand, Donald Trump, in fact, the US delegation that is going there, Donald Trump has made it quite clear that they are heading to Pakistan. In fact, they will be arriving in Islamabad in the evening, is what we're learning so far. There will be no meeting during the visit of Iran's foreign minister to Pakistan, because he's currently there. Then he will be going to Oman and then later to Moscow as well. But on the other hand, US is pushing for talks once again. They have said that Witkoff, Kushner, they will be leading the diplomatic push and will be arriving in the evening later today. Tehran has confirmed that there will be no direct engagement with the United States delegation. Will it be an indirect engagement with US through Pakistan is something that remains to be seen. White House has claimed that Iran talks are quite possible. So these are the conflicting claims that are coming in from both the sides. Iran delegation will be meeting the Pakistan leaders there shortly, but on the ground reality, as far as US is concerned, they have said that Iran has rejected meet, but they will be trying for the dialogue, is what we're learning so far as far as the Islamabad talks are concerned. On that, we have a breaking update coming in, because we're learning that as far as Pakistan is concerned, streets are closed in Islamabad. In fact, there are preparation. Back-channel diplomacy will be taking shape in Pakistan after Iranian delegation has reached Pakistan. Security has been tightened there in the capital city of Pakistan. Roads have been sealed off. Traffic restrictions have been put in place. Security is on high alert in Islamabad at this point in time. The key routes are also under lockdown. So as far as Pakistan is concerned, streets have been closed because at this point in time, the Iranian delegation is currently there. They will be meeting with the Pakistani leaders there. But on the other hand, in just some time from now, in just some hours from now, the US delegation will also be arriving in the capital city of Pakistan. Will there be direct or indirect negotiation between Iran and US is something that remains to be seen. Let me get you more perspective and go across to my colleague Mayank, who's been tracking all the details. Mayank, take us through whether any clarity has come in on whether Iran and the US delegation, they will be holding direct or indirect negotiations there in Pakistan, because at this point in time, we're learning that preparations are underway in Islamabad, streets have been closed and the security has been heightened.
See, to make our viewers understand what is happening, we'll have to take them to the past, the way the trend has been, or the developments in the past after the statements were made by both sides, how they behaved, or what actions did they take on the ground. Will make them understand or give them a peep on what is happening actually. So I'll start by saying that if it is not a direct talk, there's an indirect talk which is taking place. Why do I say it? Actually, in the past, right from the beginning of this month, which is April, initially mediation started, and both sides were mediating with each other, exchanging notes on that. 11th April, the meeting took place. The first round of the ceasefire talks took place, and after that, amidst the ceasefire, which is ongoing ceasefire, and it has been extended further. So during that time also did not meet directly, or they did not meet face to face, but then notes were exchanged. And one point which came out after the first round of talk was that the moot point remains to be the nuclear enrichment issue. And after that, strategic use of Iran has been using Strait of Hormuz as its strategic tool, and it has again come back into the bone of as part of the bone of contention, and is developing further and is garnering major focus on this side. So these 2 points are the actual bone of contention, and even after they have used the word indirect, actually or directly, right, they won't be talking. There will be parlays in the sense that we have to take them back to last week's exchange of notes, because our high-level delegation headed by Field Marshal Munir had visited Iran, and in that also they had exchanged notes and messages from US side. So in this case also Pakistan will be acting as a mediator between the two sides, and as you have already told that delegation from US is about to land by evening to Pakistan.
Absolutely. It remains to be seen whether there will be direct negotiation between the two nations. Clarity is awaited on that particular angle. Thank you so much, Mayank, for getting us all those details. Let me get you more clarity about who will be leading the talks, if at all they happen there in Islamabad. When it comes to the US delegation, at this point in time, we're learning that Jared Kushner, who's Trump's son-in-law and the key negotiator, and remember Steve Witkoff, who is the Middle East special envoy, they were part of the round one as well. They are heading to Islamabad. They are on their way and will be arriving in the evening. But also J.D. Vance, he is on standby if there is a breakthrough in talks, because US delegation is quite optimistic that there would be a deal, a breakthrough, and if that happens, he is on standby. He's the Vice President of the United States, and he will be heading to Islamabad then. Let's now tell you about the Iranian delegation. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi is already in Islamabad. He will be holding talks with the Pakistani side. He is there. Then from there, he will be going to Oman and then to Russia as well. And as far as he's concerned, before leaving for Islamabad, he took to social media to clarify that he will not be holding any direct talks with the United States, and this will be a bilateral meeting just with the Pakistani side. So it remains to be seen how this really pans out. At this point in time, security has been heightened in Pakistan. All eyes will be on the crucial meeting there. And now moving on and shifting our focus.